All right, troops, welcome to the Action Elite. My name is Owen. Hello, Sean, J-Man, Charlie, and John. How are you?
What's happening?
And thank you for joining me tonight. So, now you might be thinking, why are you guys discussing the Expendables 4? That's so random. But Jimmy actually suggested this like weeks or months ago. He's like, I'd love to see you guys talking about Expendables 4. But we already did like a live stream on the Expendables like a couple of years ago. And it was before the Expendables 4 came out. So I was like, you know what? It's such a divisive film. I don't know if it's divisive. I think most people just think it sucks, but I just think it's an interesting one to talk about because I think I've ever watched it once, and I watched it the weekend there. And I thought, you know, this would be a fun one to discuss. I don't think anyone's going to get too angry about anything today because all criticism is valid for this movie. So I watched it at the weekend there, and I gotta say, I mildly liked it a bit more this time because I kind of knew it was happening. I like all of the flaws still stand. Like it looks cheap at times with the crappy green screen and CGI. On the other hand, there are some good fight scenes, and I love Statham. I love Tony Jaa and Iko Uwais. It's cool seeing them. There's some decent explosions, like in the beginning. It's weird. There's like some action scenes like start off cool, and then there's like CG which like ruins them. And it's sort of like, did you run out of budget or something? I'm not quite sure, you know, what the issue is, but I still, directed by Scott Waugh and co-written by Kurt Wimmer, it's serviceable. Yeah. And also, I like the fact that it's the only entry in the series that really embraces the R rating. Like it's violent as fuck. There's people getting like stabbed and shot and blown apart and everything else. That's really cool. What I don't like about it, Megan Fox has no place being in this movie. Why is she in this movie? She's not like an action star from the 80s or 90s. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I've always said, like, the Expendables is, exactly. None of the CG in all of them is shit. There shouldn't be CG in the Expendables movies. That's the thing. They're supposed to be a throwback to like 80s action movies. Why is there CG in these movies? There should be real stunts and real explosions. That's the whole fucking point. And like Scott Wall comes from a stunt background as well, and you know that's why, you know, some of the stunts are good, but then a lot of it just, you know, isn't. The best thing about the movie though is that it does have maybe my favorite line of dialogue of any movie of all time. It says, "You sneaky little sausage," which I have to start using on a regular basis. It's just the way Statham says it. It's just so Statham. I was just like, is that in the script or did he just say that? Because it just feels like something that he would say. But yeah, no Expendables theme. Where the fuck's Brian Tyler's music? They don't have the Expendables theme. So like, it feels more like a Statham action movie rather than an Expendables movie. You got all this other cast. Like, it's fine having Dolph and like then Stallone is in the beginning and then spoiler alert at the end. And you know, you don't have Arnold. There's no Jet Li. There's no Wesley Snipes. No Antonio Banderas. You've just gotten rid of all the greats and replaced them with, no offense to any of the actors, but this cast of nobodies who aren't action heroes. And Megan Fox's character is so insufferable from beginning to end. Like, as soon as we're introduced to her, she's screaming and shouting and being obnoxious. And I'm like, she's fucking horrible. I was like, what, are we supposed to root for her in any way? Because she's just awful. So, yeah, I mean, I do think the bad outweighs the good in this movie. I can sit through it. I can watch it because it does have some fun moments. And like I said, the sneaky little sausage line is a belter. But yeah, and Tony Jaa is in it, and Tony Jaa automatically makes everything better with his mere presence. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So for the first time watch, we have to put on Charlie now because you had never seen it before we go to anybody else. So go for it.
Wow. Yeah. So for whatever reason, I missed this in theaters. I think what happened is you guys got to see it early, and then you came back and went, and I went, well, I'm not going to spend my money on So I bought.
I did not.
Yeah. I bought this because it's the most fucking badass steelbook ever created. So I just ended up owning this movie, never watching it till today. Today I watched it. What the fuck, guys? The CG is horrible.
Horrible. It's crazy. Why is it so bad?
Cardboard cutouts would have been better. And I say that because eventually in the movie, there's fucking cardboard cutouts of airplanes on a fake aircraft carrier that you don't get explained about till after you watch them fight on them. And I'm literally going, that's how bad the budget is. Like, it's so bad they got cardboard.
The budget was like $50 or something. Yeah.
And
50 Canadian. Don't.
Yeah.
And this movie, I swear to God, spoon feeds every fucking plot to the audience. Oh, this is why we are doing this right now. Oh, we're doing this right now. If I gotta hear goddamn ear story one more fucking time from him, I'm gonna fucking just stab my own ears and cauliflower the shit out of them. I don't care. Dude, this movie sucks. Like, there were some fight scenes that were cool. I like the motorcycles on the fake carrier. That was, throwback to like Mega Force and Delta Force together. Made no fucking sense why we have machine gun motorcycles on a boat we're going to blow up with a nuclear bomb that looks like it came out of a Saturday morning cartoon. Like, that's not what nuclear bombs look like. Why does it have all of the goblins' pumpkin bombs as detonators all the way around it? Because the prop guy found them and like, these will be cool. The cast is nothing. Like, once Barney bites it, which I was like, oh damn, we went there. It's a Statham movie, and they go out of their way to not let anyone do anything. Let's lock all the Expendables up in the hold. Okay, they're there for like 15 fucking goddamn minutes of this movie, not doing jack shit until they pee on a hatch. That's not how a hatch door works.
Yes, that's the worst scene of the movie. I hate that scene.
Yeah, but Charlie, you missed out on all the amazing dialogue in that scene of golden showers and dumb jokes. Like, what is happening?
The script was so
I know.
bad.
It's just like, look.
It was horrible, man. Like, Owen, I agree with you. There's moments that you're like, yeah, that fight was awesome, or there is some good action, but they kill it with
then it's ruined.
CG.
Yeah.
They fire a rocket at a tank, and the explosion happens around the tank. It doesn't actually damage the tank. The helicopter at the beginning is CG. They had a real helicopter, but they CG'd the helicopter flying around. Like, it's enough to snap me out of this movie every turn. Megan Fox is insufferable. That now she's in charge of the Expendables. Why? There's no reason.
Yeah, no reason at all. Like, and is she supposed to be like a military person? Like, who the fuck is she?
Right.
Like, come on.
She's not even involved in the mission to begin with to establish her maybe being part of them. It's like, who are you, and why do you have a fucking Instagram filter on your face the first time we're introduced to you, and then later on we can see all the fucking veins and shit in your fake tits? I don't know why they made this movie. I don't understand. Then I'll tell you, the biggest egregious thing this movie does wrong is it has zero heart. There is no heart behind this movie.
Barney's not dead. That's the thing. You're like, of course he's going to come back. Yeah.
It was the most where did all these gunshots come from? And you're just sitting there going, it's fucking Barney.
Who else is it going to be? Yeah.
Like, of course he had to die to unlock the CIA fucking classified document.
We all knew it was him as soon as he came on screen. Of course it's Andy Garcia. He's always a bad guy.
Always. I like Andy Garcia.
He's great, but
he's fine. But, talking about genital warts, I'm like,
why what was all the dick jokes? Like, the script was so bad. That's just like low rent as possible whenever it does that. Can I just interrupt you for a second? Because there's a point I just want to make before I forget. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'll forget otherwise. The biggest problem this movie did, and I think we talked about this a long time ago, is that Barney is a fucking piece of shit in this movie. Like, he murders this guy,
right?
For a bet which he lost fair and square, and he was like, "Oh, I want to go back and get my ring back." I was like, "But you lost it in a bet fair and square." And then but it's funny. So I'm going to murder this guy,
right?
And I'm like, "Wait, what the fuck?" So
over thumb wrestling,
right? And then
thumb wrestling.
He burns his body and like puts it in his charred remains in the thing. You're like, what the hell is this? He's carrying around the guy's dead body.
Who you murdered in cold blood.
It's absolutely despicable.
Your team, the way they enshrine you is to put your charred hand in the bar with a middle finger with the ring.
I know, so outrageously stupid.
How you do that? I enjoy my action heroes. It was cool to see Dolph, but Dolph's phoning it in this one. And there's another one. Hey, fuck being on the wagon and being good in your sobriety. No, it's cooler if I throw away my sobriety so it makes me a better killer at the end. Fuck off.
It's so stupid, right?
I'm glad this movie isn't long. Like it's like 100 and some minutes.
Yeah, it was at least well paced, I suppose.
It was well paced with the only person worth watching, which was Jason Statham, and you're still watching him basically do nothing. Like, okay, I'll stab a couple of guys. Tony Jaa was cool. Took fucking forever to where I forgot about him until he shows up. Iko, I forget how you pronounce his name.
Iko Uwais. Yeah.
Iko Uwais. I love him as an actor. I love his fights. Not a great villain in this. Like, he just wasn't selling it. So there's not even a good villain for me to despise. I'm actually despising the team more than I'm despising the villains in this. I don't know, man. And then Tony Jaa had to have a girl help him fight the secondary henchman. I'm like, it's Tony fucking Jaa. He does do the knee. Thank Christ he does the knee when he knocks that guy down the hold. I was like, that's cool. Also, nuclear bomb getting ready to go off, and we have 6 minutes. Let me turn it around by dropping the anchors, and we're still in fucking Russian waters. You're not getting out of that. Also, everyone's idea to get away from the biggest nuclear bomb ever was to get on little speedboats and motorboats, and we might be able to get away in time. Like, no, everyone's dead. Everyone there is dead. Like, there's no getting away from it. Barney would be dead again. It's asinine. I expected way more from this franchise. I hated 3. Like, there's only a few things I liked in 3. This makes me like 3. Like, I'm just like, even the non-Expendables in 3 had better fight scenes than this one did. 50 Cent was a waste. And why did we need the kid of Antonio Banderas? Like, right. And he talks about how he needs to avenge Barney and why he won't talk and he won't do all this stuff. And then you take his kill away from him and he doesn't get the kill. I'm going to let other people talk because I can sit here and bitch about this movie for hours.
Well, I put on my Expendables bandana just for you guys, and now I'm getting all this hate. I don't know what happened here.
I am sorry. I am not upset that I didn't watch it in theater.
No, you haven't missed anything. I mean,
I think the first time you watch it, it hits you in the face.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's cool seeing that reaction because that was probably most of our reaction watching it the first time, right? So
but that's me. Let you guys keep talking. We'll talk.
Actually, I don't think you guys have seen that T-shirt. I got this T-shirt to meet Richard Dreyfuss, and then he never showed up. But I always kind of liked it. I show that my T-shirt.
Oh, that looks good. Keep it steady, Hooper. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I mean that's all I say at work. I just go, Jesus H Christ, Hooper.
I like the name Hooper is a very good name to get upset with.
Yeah.
Like, listen, Hooper, you got to get your shit together.
Or Hopper.
Like, you can put that name in any sort of complaint. It seems kind of fun,
Right, I know. Okay, right, John, you can go because I know your feelings are different from others. Is it you clicking on fucking pen?
John, your pen clicks are like super.
It's annoying as fuck. Can you turn
Sorry.
Like literally, I was like, what is happening? I
didn't know you could hear it. I didn't know you could hear it. I'm sorry. I could defend this movie, but I'm too exhausted.
I have no idea how.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
I didn't hate it. I liked it. I liked the movie. I did it have its issues? Yeah, but I was like, I have movies in my collection from the 90s. Like, this came out in the 90s. We'd all be like, fucking A. But it came out, so now we're all like, it's garbage.
It's because of that. I expected that in the 90s.
No, I didn't get any. Like, is it a bad movie? Yes, but I think it's a good bad movie, and I think there's a lot of good in it, and that's why I like watching it. I think Statham scenes rock. I love him and Tony Jaa together in the one scene. It was because they were supposed to do a movie called High Value Target where they were going onto a boat to get Somali pirates. So that was kind of cool that they were able to kind of do that. Iko Uwais I thought was awesome in it. I mean, what pissed me off was he wasn't like the bad guy. He it turned out to be Andy Garcia, which was kind of stupid. I mean, Andy Garcia is a good actor, but it
was unnecessary making him in it.
Yeah, and then like at the end, like he's challenging Statham, and it's like you're not going to fight Statham. It's like you're just going to get your ass kicked, but then it gets shredded anyways. But I like Statham, like when he goes onto the boat. I mean, it turns into a Jason Statham movie, but I'm perfectly fine with that because I'm a huge Jason Statham fan. But then they get their parts at the end, like when they break out, they all get chances to shine. Tony Jaa has Levy Tran come in, but I was like, okay, so what? So she's kicking ass too because she's a kick-ass actress. Was it a cop out with Sylvester Stallone? Yeah, that was stupid as fuck because we all know, like, it's like, because remember, we did the stream, like, when they announced it that they were finally doing it, and we were talking about how they should have killed them and went dark and all this. So that kind of made me mad. But after a while, I was just like, you know what? Who cares? Like, so for the most part, it was the action that I gave this movie a pass on. And Statham, he just, like you said, there's people that star in movies that are bad, but when they're in it, you're just like, it just elevates. Like, and Scott Adkins, like if you would put him in it, it would have been even better because they're like my two favorite action stars right now. So, but like, and like Charlie, there's motorcycles. Who cares? It's fucking awesome. It's like,
I like that part. I liked it.
It's bloody Megaforce. It's like, this is like what I wanted Megaforce to be. Like
that's what perked me up, John. Don't get me wrong. I like the motorcycles.
And don't get me wrong, too. This is the last movie I saw with my ex-wife, so that it kind of has that cloud hanging over it too.
Oh yeah.
But like when I was in the movie theater watching it, and he was just like, he goes into the cargo hold. There's motorcycles, and I was just like, why the fuck not? Then he gets on it. He's driving around. He's shredding. And then some guy actually did the stunt where he goes up in the air and turns the motorcycle and starts shredding the guy as he's coming down. Mm-hmm. The CGI sucks, but I wasn't watching the CGI. I was just watching the fight scenes. And I thought, like, I think Jacob Scipio, I thought he was funny. Like when they're all like saying hi to Bart or to Jason, and he's like, "Feliz Navidad." I laugh every time he says that. That was funny, and just like he's channeling Antonio Banderas, like in this whole movie because he's his son. And it's funny because the way he's doing it, it's like that's Antonio Banderas. He totally nailed like his aura, And it's like, I missed Wesley Snipes from the third film, and I liked the third film too. Like I didn't hate the third film like some of y'all did. Was it PG-13? Yeah, but even though it wasn't as bloody, that had a bigger body count at the end than a Rambo movie. But I could go into that another time. So I just, like I said, I gave it a pass. I've seen this movie probably like, I don't know, 10 times now. I think I watched it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, I'll turn in my card. I don't care. Listen,
you don't have to turn in a card.
And I wrote my review when I saw the movie. I wrote my review. I gave it a good review. Yeah.
No.
And listen, Megan Fox. You could have taken her out of this movie, and I would have gave two shits. But
that would have been better.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's why I don't understand. Like, I don't understand like the hate. Like, because like you got to have like badass women too, and
or anyone,
an actual action star.
They could have asked people could have said no or not been interested.
Then get a fighter. They got Ronda in the last one. At least it's a real life. It's a real life fighter, right?
I get it. Like I can sit there and complain all day just like the rest of you guys, but at the end of the day, she put the work in. I mean, and if she was in a movie called Rogue, which Philip Winchester stole the show on that one, but I thought she did a pretty solid job as the star of that movie too. I mean, she could do action if she wants to. So,
but she's annoying anyways. That's the point. It's not it's that she's in it, so that's a negative. But
I didn't think she was as annoying. I was like, it's not okay.
Whoa.
Whatever. I was like, I don't think, and she wasn't in the movie the whole time. Like there was long.
It certainly feels like it.
Well, you know what? She wasn't, Jamie.
Her irritation.
Like there was like a half an hour to 35 minutes where you didn't see her at all because Jason Statham was on screen doing this thing. And his knife fighting in this movie is badass. Yeah. He does a lot of because like that was missing like from the third one. He the moves. And again, I'm a bladed weaponer guy. I've trained in knife fighting. I've trained in bladed weapons. I've trained in all that stuff. I thought that was badass. And like when Tony Jaa jumps in and then they're standing next to each other, I was like, you know what? The rest of this movie could have been a musical, but with this scene in it right here, I give it a pass just because it's Jason Statham standing next to Tony Jaa and they're both kicking ass and they're kicking ass well. And like the action shot shot to the point where it's good. It's shot well. Scott Wall might not be the best action director around, even though he comes from a stunt background, but he still knows how to shoot action, and it is well shot. There's not shaky cam, like, you know, there are quick edits and quick cuts, but you're always going to get that. The fight scenes could have been longer. His fight scene with Iko Uwais should have been like maybe 3-4 minutes longer, but it's just the way it is in American films. You're not going to get extended fight scenes, and I've just kind of come to, you know, accept the fact that it's not going to be in like Hong Kong movies where you get a 10-minute finale with the bad guy and the good guy, you know. Right. And Owen, I could watch The Furious when it comes out and be like, you know what, fuck the Expendables, because this is how you do action.
That's a real action movie. Yeah,
exactly. But this is an action movie too. It's just one that nobody really likes except for me. But I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. I will take the hit. I will take the shrapnel. Y'all can come at me in the comments, but I'm defending the reasons why. I mean, I
don't think it's fair to no. Like, I never said if you like this movie, you're a fucking idiot. So
no, I'm not saying that.
Don't take it as anyone's attacking you. You like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like. I don't think the's a problem with that. Now we can rebuttal back and forth a little bit, you know, and that's fine.
Allow me to retort.
I'll just come right back. I don't care.
No, and that's fine. But don't take this as an attack because of how viscerally I didn't enjoy it, because I'm on the opposite end of you. You're right. There is some good action, but this is the fourth one. We should have the formula down. We should be able to put out a decent action movie. And like saying that I've got movies that are just as good or bad in the 90s, yeah, I expect that. They didn't have the budget. Canon did way better with way less, you know, so why are we not even doing
this? Was 100 million bucks.
And it looked like 10.
And it looks like
$100 million?
And it made 50 million. So
yeah, and that's another thing. Like the fans are speaking about this too. Like, it's the lowest rated one. It's like 4 point something on IMDb. I think it's actually lower than 3. You know, it's just as a fan, I felt cheated.
It's not Expendables.
It's really not.
Everybody has said it. It's kind of like a Jason Statham movie. Oh, so it's not.
It's a Christmas story.
Right. It should be the two guys. They're in it for 1 minute.
So no, it's not 1 minute. It's like
what are you talking about? Barney's in it for like 10 minutes, and in the 10 minutes,
we all knew that he was passing the torch.
Hold on a second. And in the 10 minutes that he's in it, he's a piece of garbage scumbag who goes back on a bet. So we got Barney for 10 minutes behaving like a stupid idiot, and it's like, why is this? So it's not an Expendables movie, and then Barney's a piece of garbage, and then he's back at the end. Yeah, we're back. Oh, you mean the murderer? Yeah, the murderer is back. Yeah, he's not dead. It's like, okay. And Dolph Lundgren is sober, but for a funny joke, let's have him be drunk now. It's like,
that
okay.
I hated that.
And then action superstar sensation Megan Fox will lead the Expendables. It's like, you're not in this. Even with part 3, with having actual fighter like Ronda and whatever, it's like, even that pissed people off, right? Like, why didn't you have Ming-Na Wen was mentioned in the comments, like other people. Like, clearly you can go outside then of the States.
Michelle,
go international. Michelle, get anybody. Surely you can get some of these people on here. The theme of this is the Expendables are supposed to be the old action stars that we like teaming up with some of the new action stars that are up and coming. So the best, like Stallone and Statham is actually a perfect, like, that's a perfect casting in the sense that you got like a super pumped classic guy, right? And then you got your newest guy who's like an awesome new guy. That's perfect. Yeah. And as long as those two are kind of together throughout all of it, and you add other guys, you can subtract guys, right? Like, some guys get killed and then another guy comes in and then another guy comes on. And you need to have minimum 4 or 5 guys that we all know. And, you know, if one of those is a woman, that's fine. And then you could have your little extraneous guys like Randy Couture or Ronda Rousey or whoever, these other random guys. That's what Expendables is. This is a bad Jason Statham movie. So in my opinion, like compared to Beekeeper or any of these other ones that we've watched, it's way better, because at least when it's a Jason Statham movie full on, it focuses on his character and his motivations. The motivations here are so contrived because Barney's clearly not dead. So what is the point? And then they introduce Megan Fox, who's like this fake character that supposed to be like, oh, she's been around, but we've never seen her. We don't care about her. She's not a martial arts person. It's like, why is she's so irritating? Like, and she's yelling at the stars. That's the worst thing to do. If you start your movie with some new character that we've never seen, who's not a martial artist and not a fighter, not an action movie, he's yelling at the stars of the movie. I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, she sucks. And then it's like, oh, she'll be the leader. Really? Oh, okay. Oh, he's dead. It's like, well, he's clearly not dead because
and yet Michael Dudikoff isn't fucking doing anything. There's like, why is Dudikoff not in these movies?
Like, surely you can get some of these guys in there.
Jeff Wincott, Don Wilson, Cynthia Rothrock, Billy Blanks. I mean, come on, these guys.
Any of these guys. The action, there's some good, like the fights are pretty good.
Yeah.
And Tony Jaa's cool. Like all of those guys are cool when they're fighting. It's pretty awesome. When I first, sorry, is it my turn? I just start talking.
I guess it is.
It is now.
Sure. Sorry, guys. I apologize. That's my bad. John, do you have any other points?
Go ahead, Jay, man.
Just so I could destroy those points.
No, you ain't destroyed anything. You're not changing my mind.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm believe me. I definitely am not attempting to do that. But this movie sucks major quantities of super ass. Like. It's like we sat there in the theater and, oddly enough, Owen, I've warmed up to it slightly. I walked out of the theater. I thought, wow, this is a 0 out of 10. And I think Sean, well, I'll let Sean tell the Steve story because Steve's not here. So Sean can tell that story, but we were not happy. Suffice to say, we were not happy. And I said, well, this is like a 0 out of 10. This is a complete dumpster. And then I watched it again a couple of nights ago. And I thought, I don't hate this as much. I think maybe I've mellowed out a little bit in my thing. So I'd probably give it like a 4 out of 10 or something, just out of pity. There's some like okay fights, but like, God damn, man, the characters are super. I didn't find any of it funny. Even the banter with Barney and Christmas, I still didn't. I didn't think that was funny either. I was like, because the banter surrounded, like, okay, why would they do this betting thing? I'm like. You lost the bet. What they should have done was he goes back and says, hey, remember we did that bet last night? Okay, the bet was for 50 grand. Here's the 50 grand cash. Can I have my ring back? And the guy's like, no, I'm not giving your ring back. He's like, yeah, but I've got the money now to buy it back. The ring doesn't mean anything to you. It means something to me. Blah, blah, make up some story behind it. And the guy's like, I don't care about you or your ring. And then maybe the story could be like, I don't know, my sister died and gave me that ring or something. I don't know, right? And then the guy's like, you know what? F your sister. Right? Like, make him an asshole so that when Barney and them beat him up, you're like, yeah, beat that guy up. But
Barney gets Statham to do it for him. He stands oh, my back is sort of like, why are you being a dick?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no. That could be interpreted as funny banter because he knows he can take them, but still, it's a bit weird. The thing is, there's too many weird things in the beginning, and I was like, this is all very weird. And I thought, okay, you know what? Let me let this go. It's going to be the two of them. Dolph is. I love Dolph Lundgren, so it's like Dolph is back. Let's go. This will still be cool. Then Barney's dead. I was like, well, I guess is he dead for a bit, and then he'll come back for the mission, or is he going to come back at the end? I guess. I'm like, okay, but then it's like Megan Fox is introduced. Like, well, I hate this character. She sucks, and then she stays on, and then becomes the leader. I'm like, is this literally happening? Who thought that? There's not anyone, even John liking this movie, doesn't think Megan Fox should be the leader of the squad, right? And it's like, oh, why isn't Christmas the leader? Oh, because he effed up or whatever. It's like. And then even the other guy, 50 Cent, and these other randos are like, yeah, I don't know about this. It's like, who are you? What are you talking? You're talking to Jason Statham. He is this movie, you piece of garbage. Who wrote this trash? The people who wrote this clearly hate Expendables. They sat there and thought, I hate Expendables. This is a dumb movie. Let me really make it shitty. And it's like, well, we have to make Jason Statham comes out cool because he is cool, not because the script wants him to be cool. He ends up being cool because of his personality. Everything in that movie, she's like beating him up and they're supposed to be fun. It's like, oh, look, we're going to have sex now. It's like, this isn't fucking funny. Like, let's get on with it. This movie's 100 minutes. It should have been 80 minutes. Like, literally, like the first like half an hour is complete, utter crap. It's like, get to the stupid boat already. And they had the beginning where what's his face kills those guys. You're like, okay, he was pretty ruthless. He killed the wife, the kid. You're like, okay, that's a good beginning. Like that he came in and cleaned house. And then it's like, oh, it's a twist. He's not the real villain. It's Andy Garcia. Oh, you mean that action superstar Andy Garcia who's going to fight Jason Statham at the end? This is retarded. It's like, I don't understand. They literally hate Expendables. I can't, like, someone needs to prove to me that the writer of this doesn't hate Expendables because I watched this movie, looks like he hates it. He's like, I'm going to deconstruct this idea and have a bunch of yahoos. And then it's like the arc of Dolph Lundgren, which I whatever, of not drinking. And I know it's a throwaway line, but it pissed me off. Just like what Charlie's like, it's kind of pissed me off. He's like, but I like this. It's like, he's like sober now. He's wearing, I love the hair. He's like, why are you wearing this? He's like, oh, this girl likes Farrah Fawcett. I got the hair. I'm not drinking anymore. And now he can't shoot because that's funny. I guess that's somehow supposed to be funny. And then it's like, now that he's a drunk idiot.
That was a funny joke.
Right. That was right. Yeah. And then now he's a drunk idiot and now he's good. Like now he can shoot again or something. Like, I don't understand. Like, and he got drunk after what, 2 sips? Like,
that was some strong shit that really made
it's just the fights are awesome. All of the fight, like Jason Statham's fights are awesome. The movie is pretty much utter garbage until Jason Statham joins with Tony Jaa to get on that boat. Mm-hmm. And then from that point on, it's fine. But the problem is that you already had all this establishing stuff that sucks. And there's other Jason Statham movies which are way better because they can focus on him. If he's going to be the star of the movie and the only star, then he needs to be the only star, where it's about him doing something because he feels he has a Bruce Willis quality where you kind of automatically root for him for some reason. You're just kind of on his side regardless of the movie. You're kind of like, I like this guy. I want him to win, like, so if you give him a better story, then you're really in. Like Beekeeper, which is a 10 out of 10. Like, everyone hates those scammers. And then he's like a relatable guy and you're with him, right? Even the other one that we watched with the girl was kidnapped, you're still with them.
Working Man.
Yeah. Working Man. That was at least that was way better than this.
It makes me like that movie a lot more.
A lot better. But man, yeah. It didn't help that I watched The Rock along with this movie. So that probably didn't help this movie. Where the characters there are the best part of it. But anyways, we'll talk about that next week.
Yep.
Plug for next week. Anyway, so this movie sucks. I'll give it a 4 out of 10 because I'm the most generous, humane, greatest person on YouTube, the nicest guy. 4 out of 10 for this garbage, and it should have been 0. I saw your super chat. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate that. I haven't seen Wrecking Crew. I'll check it out. I know Owen's watching it, so I appreciate that. Yep. Peace.
The score for this is what annoyed me the most. The fact that you didn't have Brian Tyler's score. That's like having a Rambo movie without the Rambo music.
Right. Because the guy hates Expendables.
And I was like, he only created an iconic theme tune, so fuck that. Let's just have no theme tune whatsoever and just have some shit songs. And you're like, oh, okay. And then they actually have 50 Cent music playing. Oh, he's funny because he's 50 Cent and he is in movie.
6 out of 10. Wow, you're a saint. Wow.
Anyway,
Saint popcorn.
Yeah.
All right. I'm still reeling over this $100 million. Was a tax shelter? Like what the hell?
Sean has not heard anything any of us have said. It's like
$100 million. Like, no, that's a tax ripoff of some sort, man. It's gotta be
catering.
Anyhow, this is the first Expendables movie. I had to look this up. It's the first Expendables movie where Stallone had nothing to do with the script or story. And I think he walked off they were developing it and he didn't like where they were going and he noped out. And this is the first Expendables, it looks like, where one of the cast is one of the producers, and that's Jason Statham. And so the movie is Statham centric, right? So I think the problem with the Expendables movies, because I know people don't like 3 much either, and 3 isn't as bloody and all that, but because it's like PG-13 or something. But the problem with Expendables is, I mean, you've all said it. There was a promise made in the first one, and if you're a fan of these movies, then you stick to that promise. And it doesn't look like the filmmakers looks like it was. And the promise, of course, is this is a throwback. We're gonna use these movies to honor action stars of the past. Bring them back for one final hurrah type of thing. And as a result, it's going to be throwbacks to all the ways that you like these movies being made. It's practical and and bloody and all this stuff. And I just think that was just a marketing ploy, because I don't. It's I don't think anyone who gets into this franchise and makes these movies understands that. 1 and 2, 2 tried to stuff as many people as they could into it. And then 3, it's what's happening, and then 4, it's double what's happening. What the hell is this? And because of that, if you're not sticking to that original promise, then the movies get a lot more hate as a result. Listen, the CGI sucks. I don't know what that. On the big screen, it's even worse.
Yeah, it was terrible.
The only thing I'll say about the CGI is that at the end where it's all green screen and stuff. But dawn is breaking. It is kind of eerie and haunting. I mean, like the orange lighting and all that stuff. Whenever I think of this movie, I think of that. Probably because like the color association or something. It looks kind of neat to me. I do like the vehicles in this movie. They remind me of toy vehicles like G.I. Joe and Rambo, Force of Freedom. I love when they're driving those things that look like Awe Strikers from G.I. Joe. And
that was a good action scene.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like
that's
that.
really cool.
But every so often in that scene, they cut to some super horrendous that's the problem. Like,
I know.
Like 3/4 of it looks awesome.
The good here.
Yeah.
No, like every so often you look at it, it's like this is probably cool, and then they cut to something stupid.
Yeah.
The little chopper that Barney's flying at the end is very CGI and shitty, but remind me a lot of the chopper from Rambo Force of Freedom. Just me.
I haven't.
And the motorbikes. I mean, I know it's like Megaforce and stuff, but remind me of the Rambo big wheel bike that had the guns in the front.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Nerf things. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, that's just me. The whole cartoony plot of they're trying to start World War III. I mean, like, I hate movies that undermine A-bombs, like Dark Knight Rises and stuff. It's like, you can't just blow up an A-bomb and everything's fine. It's like, it's so stupid.
There's
it's like, you can't outrun the thing. You gotta be like 12 miles at least away.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like, you
Turn it
can't
around
go
in
12
6
miles
minutes.
in like a second. Right? So, yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
But it's a very cartoony plot. I don't know. I've never understood these plots where Bond is filled with these. The James Bond, where it's like, I'm going to start World War III and I'm going to be rich. Really? And you're going to have cancer in 2 years. Like, what are you talking about? Like, none of this makes sense. Like, and every dollar is going to be devalued. Like, what are you saying here?
Right. What's your business model here? This is
it's
show me a business plan.
Yeah. And like Jason wanted me. I've told this story before, but like I had Steve on my left, I had Jason on my right, and we're watching this movie, and we're all just like whatever, right? And so Andy Garcia is revealed to be the villain because he's Andy Garcia, right? And throughout the whole movie, he's like Andy Garcia times a million. He's got that.
It's called Garcia.
It's like, what the hell? And Steve, so he's kibitzing with he's giving his big plot to Statham on that battleship, and Jason really Steve really loud says, if I've said it before, I've said it a million times. Fuck Andy Garcia. And everyone can hear him. He's got that piercing voice, right? And it's like, what the fuck just happened? I couldn't stop laughing after that. It's out of nowhere. Yeah. Look, the other thing, for some reason, two other things. I don't know why 50 Cent and Randy Couture are Laurel and Hardy in this thing. I don't know why
stupid.
It's so weird. It's like, why are they the big pairing? And the whole Megan Fox thing, the problem is, okay, so she's not an action star. And they're breaking the promise because they don't understand what that promise is. They probably didn't understand that. But set her up. Like, why wouldn't there be, like, they have the inciting incident in the beginning with the terrorists and all that stuff. Then cut to a mission where Megan Fox is fighting guys and stuff, or
that's
like
what I'm
shooting
saying.
guys or something like that. And then after that, have her yell if you really want to do that. I don't know. It's like they don't properly introduce her. They kind of establish that she's part of the Expendables in that scene where she's yelling at them because she's you're my boss.
Yeah, Barney, you're my boss. Like, were you a secretary?
Yeah, but where did this come from? It's like, and then when they try to show off her skills by having her fight Statham, she's out of breath in 1 second. It's not even part of the movie, but it's like, it's like Statham's fine, and she's like that in the very first time they're fighting. It's like, what's going on? Like,
Right.
I know
And
she's
it is
not a
with them
great actress.
fucking.
Right. It's supposed
Yeah.
is that supposed to be
Yeah,
caught?
and then they have
Like,
makeup sex.
Yeah. But that's all she's there for. She's eye candy. Period.
Yeah.
why didn't instead of what Sean is saying, when they had that fight in the beginning, why not remove that scene and replace it with what Sean just said? Maybe the two of them could have been on a mission together.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then after that, they're getting all kind of horny
and
for each
that's
other.
why they're arguing.
Right.
That could be something, right?
There you go. And just replace that scene. You only need 5 minutes. It could be the tail end of the mission.
Yeah, this whole thing, honest to God, I'm not trying to accuse anyone of anything. It sounds like a tax shelter because it's like there's no effort. The CGI is shit. It's $100 million my ass. It's like I don't get it. It's like obviously something happened here.
Audit.
No, audit the shit out of
Let me see the receipts here.
Like, just audit the shit out of this. Like, yeah, look, John, I understand. It's an action thing. Like, if you remove the promise, maybe it's a bit better. I mean, there's a Megan Fox X Factor here too. But it's still got action. It's still got the motorbike with the machine gun on it. Like, it's still got the Ostrikers. Like, it's still got cool shit in it. It's better action than some things that call themselves action today. But it's on its face, just with the weird, like, Randy Couture, 50 Cent pairing, and the stupid dialogue, and the Megan Fox thing, it's a notch under a lot of action pictures. And breaking the promise really messes it up. It's a part of a legacy and a franchise that is about something, and this movie isn't about any of that, right? It's as though everyone, like, I look at the writers, none of the writers worked on the other ones, so they just came in and was like, oh, let's just write a movie to cut our eye teeth. And it's like, it sucks. It's like they didn't watch the other ones or understand that maybe get some of these other action stars involved, like from the past. We've always said, get Dudikoff, but I feel like that's a deep cut. Like, we know Dudikoff like the back of our hand, but like, it's not like when people think of, when a generic person thinks of action, they think of Schwarzenegger and all that stuff. And they don't, I guess the people making these movies now don't understand the promise that was made in the first
because
one.
They're not fans. I'm telling you, they don't like Expendables. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you take deep cut characters like what you're saying, then the action nerds are going to know and be like, hey, that's cool. Right. Yeah. And then the non-action people don't know anyways. Right. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter to them that whether they know, oh, that guy is from Ong Bak and oh, that guy's from the Raid. Like, they don't know those guys anyways, right? So having those guys is a deep cut anyway. So why not have, like, you got the District B guys in that Jet Li one, right? Like, have that deep cut. But we know for sure that Megan Fox is not one of them. And that seems like we're harping on that, but you can get someone else, right? Yeah. It's not the promise. And part 3 broke the promise a little bit too, because they got rid of the Expendables. He's like, well, here's the new crop of guys. And they were only gone from that movie during that, second act, or because then they come back to reform.
Yeah.
And I understood the plot, like, which is like, he doesn't want his buddies to get hurt. So he's getting this other team together and whatever. But they sucked. The point is that those guys sucked, and then the real Expendables had to come back in. Yeah. So there was a point in doing that, even though people still didn't like the movie, and there's a lot wrong with it, and it's PG, so that's not the promise either. But this really broke the promise. If it was just something else and not Expendables at all, it was just a Jason Statham movie. It's better to remove Dolph Lundgren and Tony Jaa. Like, actually remove all those guys, and then you'll be like, oh, it's just a Jason Statham movie. He's got some other people around him. It's cool to have 50 Cent. That's kind of neat. He's in this, that's interesting. And then just make it about him. Like, have Andy Garcia be the big brain villain or whatever, and have him fight a guy or whatever. But like,
that's fine.
Expendables, it's not. Did anyone watch? I have this on Blu-ray. Did anyone watch any of the features? Because I did.
I did.
Yeah, and it was interesting to watch them talk about it, because I did get the sense it's like, oh, we're trying these kind of a new direction. It's like, oh, the direction of garbage. It's like, we don't want a new direction. New directions are made for movies that are in
new blood. No, we don't need new blood. The whole thing is about the old blood.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
What is this about? It's a boot. The old.
To be fair, when you're into the third and fourth, that's when you're allowed to go into the deep cuts. That's when you're allowed to start bringing in the more obscure. And I know, I'm not sitting here saying Cynthia Rothrock should have been Megan Fox's character.
No, I'm not saying that either.
But you had a female director over the entire team that wasn't a very, difficult role, that wasn't very, action related. But had you put Cynthia Rothrock on there, we would have been happy that she was at least in the movie. It was the woman that was facilitating the exchange for the prisoners. Yeah.
Sure.
That could have been Cynthia, and we would have been happy. Sean articulated this perfectly. You put words to what has pissed me off. They broke their promise. And that is a perfect way to put this. Is they have part 3, I can almost forgive a little bit because we need to reach a broader market. More money, more people. Let's make this easier, accessible. PG-13. Let's dial back the violence. These dads are going to want to take their kids to it. Guess what? We don't have a problem taking our kids to watch bloody, violent movies because we're letting them watch.
That's what we did
anyway. Exactly. I was raised on this. So don't think you got to dumb it down in order to reach a new market. You just need to keep your core market happy and spending their money, because you're not going to reach these. 50 Cent fans didn't go watch this movie because 50 Cent was in it. Megan Fox fans and whoever the fuck she was fucking at the time didn't go watch this movie because she was in it. She was eye candy. That should actually piss her off. You're only in this movie because you're eye candy, unless you're okay with that. But they purposely put you in lingerie. They linger on you the entire time, and then they take all of your badassery away by locking you away for the most of the movie. And then also, we're going to make this whole big ensemble group where everyone's going to get their moments, but we're still going to do the fucking superhero thing where everyone walks as a group across the fucking deck of a fake aircraft carrier. And it's like, we're all just sitting here ready to be picked off by anyone with a gun.
They're dead. Yeah. They're
also grenades that only work depending on the situation.
Oh my God.
Because Randy Couture throws one around the corner and blows up one guy. But when Dolph throws one, the exact same fucking grenade, 50 people fucking die on the deck, and
there's a lot of weird grenade.
Explode. Like, it's just like there's no consistency to it. And that's where if you were doing this in practical with a little bit of CG cleanup, it would have been easier to control. But now you shot a bunch of scenes, got back into post, and went, how do we fix this? Well, we can't do that now. Let's fix this now. Let's add a little bit here. Oh, that's horrible. Just cut it. Just fucking cut it. How do we get there? We don't fucking care. Just get him over there. These people suck in all their battle scenes. Fuck it. Put them in the brig longer, and let's talk to Jason Statham longer in this. That's what this movie felt like, was just fuck it and put it out there.
And then I don't understand. He goes and becomes like a private, like even that security guard part where it's like, oh, look, it's funny because this guy's really annoying and he beat him up. It's like, what is this? Why is this here?
And then they brought the joke back. These guys watching it on their fucking phone.
Right.
And I'm listening. I'm like, what the fuck am I hearing? Like, I thought my audio was fucked up. So I was like, why does this sound like something I've heard already? I can't. Oh, I really want to meet that guy. I want to have a drink. And then fucking slabs him.
Right.
If you're going to make that joke, make the joke. Take his hat off. Let him walk in there and let the guys go, the fuck?
Yeah, do the joke then.
They didn't even have the closure didn't work properly either, where there was like no time to react or anything. There's just like, so what was the point in this? You built this up and then you didn't fucking stick the landing. You're like,
exactly.
What? Yeah, the setup was him at the party, and then the payoff was nothing. And then watching it, it's funny because they're like, oh, I love this guy. This guy's great. This guy's so funny.
It's like
and then
X,
he's just dead.
That the brother in Triple X was a huge fan of Vin Diesel. And then he's standing right there in front of him like, oh, I watch your videos all the time. They should have, like, for a moment forgot that this guy was, like, their enemy or that he shouldn't be there. But they're just like,
hey, it's that guy.
What the fuck? You're right here. And then, like, wait a minute. Then one of them have that realization and he kills them. And then that gives him the edge.
Right.
When Aikyo does that, where they were like, don't run in there, we'll get people in there. And he grabs that officer's clothes, throws it on, runs around the corner going, oh God, please don't.
That was awesome.
I was like, that's fucking awesome.
That was
awesome. And then
awesome.
he fucking annihilates all them dudes. Like, the fighting and stuff could be cool. They were touching it here and there. And then it would do like this, boom. And then boom. And it's just, that's all this movie was was just like, maybe no. I literally audibly would sit there and go, okay, that was actually kind of cool. And then it would be over, and I'd be like, "Ah, what the fuck was that? Was that airplane cardboard? Why is that airplane cardboard? Oh, we're going to explain it to me 5 minutes later why it was cardboard."
Okay, what if this had happened? Let's say Megan Fox leads her garbage team of the other guys, and they all get captured. And let's say Dolph Lundgren is like, "No, I'm not going with you because you guys disrespected Barney, so F you, and you don't want Christmas as the leader." And he leaves. And then it's Tony Jaa, Dolph Lundgren, and Statham, and then the three of them have to go rescue those losers who are all trapped or whatever. And then it would have been like, okay, I get it. These guys were the Expendables, and they totally suck. Clearly, these three guys are the best. And then they come in and just do I feel like Tony Jaa wasn't used enough.
No, I mean, he's like one of the best martial arts stars of all time.
Of
and
all
like,
time.
Doesn't know what to do with them, though. It's like, he should be leading like so many movies, and yet they never do. It's like, oh, let's do this, whatever. It's like Triple X, Return of Xander Cage. You had Donnie Yen and Tony Jaa in it, and it could have been this like awesome movie. I mean, it was okay. But it should have been awesome.
They let him get his ass kicked by Paul Walker in one of the fucking Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah.
And you're just like, there's no planet that Paul Walker can kick Tony Jaa's ass. Like, you're asking me to believe in fucking Santa Claus right now. Because I can't believe
Tony Jaa kicked Paul Walker's ass in that movie a lot.
He did for a bit, but eventually.
But then the hero won. That's what happened. He was.
Which movie is this? Which movie is
this?
Fast
7.
Oh, I stopped watching after I think 5 or 6. I stopped watching. I don't know.
9's my favorite, but yeah.
But it's still just to the point of sometimes you're just going to misuse these guys. But there was not enough tone. I love the fact he goes, "I like what you do with your eyes," and Tony Jaa like smiles. He's like, "Thank you." I was like, that was cool. I like that. That was good banter.
So if Tony Jaa in that movie is fighting Paul Walker, the way it works is that when an awesome martial artist in real life is there, then the hero has to win because he's the hero. But the hero usually wins by outsmarting or doing something.
He does.
Okay, so maybe I didn't see the movie. I didn't see the movie.
So he does get Paul Walker does get some hits on Tony Jaa that are a little bit like, really, because it's a close quarters fight. They're in the back of the vehicle, but he does, accidentally kill Tony Jaa. Basically,
he throws him down the elevator shaft by tying that thing around him.
It's a Wile E. Coyote moment.
So it's like a maybe okay, but not. It could have been better if they wanted to. Like I didn't like
Fast and Furious movies are. The Fast and Furious movies are Saturday morning cartoons, basically. So.
They went to space, guys. I mean,
I'm looking. I want to see the space one now. I saw that Hobbs and Shaw. Thought that was the worst piece of garbage of all time.
I actually like Hobbs and Shaw. I
liked it because it was filmed in Glasgow. So
yeah.
Well, and they get their asses kicked in it too. Like they all said, like how The Rock didn't want to get his ass kicked in a movie. The Rock gets his ass kicked in Hobbs and Shaw.
I was getting an 8-hour tattoo at the time, so while that was on,
that's gonna skew it.
That could skew it, and I just thought this sucks, and I didn't want to tell I didn't want to tell my tattoo artist, "Can we change this?" And he'll be all pissed off. And really,
they kept the insanity that we've already come to accustomed to in Fast and the Furious, but I enjoyed it.
Hold on, how about Seagal?
Steven Seagal would not have made Expendables 4.
No, I mean, after they had Van Damme in there was no getting Seagal.
What if Steven Seagal was sitting in a chair directing people to? That would have been funny. That would have been great.
Do you remember years ago? It was actually just shortly after I started the site, and I did an article, "My Stupid Idea for the Expendables 3." Did I ever read that to you? Right?
Oh, I don't know.
This was before the days of AI, right? I came up with this idea, probably sitting in the toilet where I do all the best thinking. So this was the idea I had, and I was like, and I said, the boys are back in town for the last time while attempting to rescue a group of hostages from human traffickers in Hong Kong. The Expendables inadvertently end up killing the brother of the local triad boss, Chow Yun-fat. He vows vengeance and sends not only his is it the triad? Yeah, it's the triad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he vows vengeance and sends not only his deadly group of triad assassins, but also offers a bounty of $1 million for the heads of each expendable. The hunt begins, and every mercenary in the business is now after our heroes. When Yin Yang, Jet Li, Mr. Church, Bruce Willis, and Toll Road, Randy Couture, become the first victims, Barney Ross, Sly Stallone, enlists the help of his old mentor, Clint Eastwood, who now owns a smuggling business in Hong Kong. He puts together a ragtag team of mercs who have their own motivations. What ensues is a blood war where bullets are going to fly, the bodies will pile up, and only the strongest will survive. Clint Eastwood plays a character called Slim Pickens, which of course is a nice reference to the Western character. Liam Neeson playing Donnie Gall. Steven Seagal playing McDonald.
Oh dear.
And then I had Dwayne Johnson as one of the bad guys as well, and Michael Dudikoff.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's a way better. I like the idea of like someone saying, "Let's target them all and get rid of them."
And actually make them expendable and like kill some off. They never went ballsy with them. And I was like, they should kill off the team each movie and then have a new fucking team for each movie.
Yeah, except for the two main guys.
Yeah, except the main guys. Yeah, but you kill off like the supporting guys, and then you're sort of like, oh my god, we don't know who's going to die. And then you've got stakes in each movie because you're like, wait a minute, we know who's going to die, but we know, people are going to die, but who's going to die? Who's going to survive? Who's going to come into the next one? Where there's actually like this excitement. Like I think the fans' excitement for this franchise is greater than the movies ever were because we had better ideas than they did for coming up with stories.
And that's
the
fair.
actors.
But we're also the first to let ourselves down, and once we actually watch the movies and stuff like that.
And that's the problem.
You brought up a good thing too about the entire premise of being an expendable. They say it all the time. We do this because we get paid. They're basically mercenaries. But then this team gets put together, and they kick Jason Statham out, and no one stands up. Dolph kind of hems and haws a little bit, but even Randy Couture, who's been there since the beginning, just stands there like a fucking statue. Like what, you don't have a you don't have a 401k. Like, this isn't church holding something over your guys' head that you fucked up, earlier, and now you owe them this debt. It's like you guys are government guys now. Like,
I was thinking that are they not their I thought that too in this time too. I was like, well, aren't they their own? Like, how can someone tell you you're not the leader? Like,
it was
like, who are you?
I don't forgot his name.
Andy Garcia.
No, from the originals, that he would get the phone call. God damn it!
Like Bruce Willis, or who gave him the original call?
No, the one with
Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke. Thank you.
Mickey Rourke.
My brain went blank. Mickey Rourke was like, "I got some jobs for you," and lays out 3 or 4 jobs. Easy one here. Then I got this one in Valena, and then Church got brought into it, and he's like, "Okay, you're going to be doing this because I put that job out there. You were bidding against jobs against Schwarzenegger." So there was this competing companies, and now all of a sudden the person that should be leading this is kicked out. And like, are you also not saving any money you're making, and now you got to go take a fucking job and check the classifieds?
And then you never even have Arnold in an opposing team, really, where they could have been clashing at some point, like a race against time or whatever. And like Stallone has a fight with Arnold, but they're too old, I guess.
Well,
but you could do something else. You could make in what was the movie with they had the one, it was a Bollywood movie, and they had the one guy from the one series, and then it was like either it was either Jawan or one of those, and they had the two guys, and one guy was from the other action series, and they had SRK and whatnot, and they team up, and they're like, oh, we're too old, and there's just a great conversation like, we're too old, we can't do these movies anymore. Like, they don't say movies, but these missions are too tough, and the guy's like, he goes, oh, maybe a new group, maybe someone else will take over these missions, and the guy's like, now we're never going to stop. No. And they're like, yeah. They end up with like, yeah, we're never going to stop. Screw it. And then they go and fight. You're like, this is cool. Like, that would have been a great conversation to have with the two old guys. Like, we're getting kind of old for this. Like, yeah, it's like, well, I'm going to retire. No, I'm going to retire first. I think you're getting kind of old. You should probably retire. It's like, no, I think you should retire first. And that could be a funny banter. Yeah. And then they both like, there's so many opportunities if you're a fan of this kind of thing. I think it's just a missed opportunity. And I've always said about, a movie's trailer or its premise, does it deliver? That's how I'm rating the movies. I rate them on, their delivery of like what we say the promise. It's like, that is what I rate it on. Like Friday 13th, is it a good Friday 13th movie? Not, is it better than Die Hard, right? Like, or, Halloween is a 10 out of 10 slasher movie. So we judge versus that, right? So this movie is Expendables. It's called Expendables. That's what you're telling me is going to be in the movie, and that's not what I got. And then on top of not getting that, what I did get wasn't that great either. It's not like we didn't get it, but we got some awesome movie, right? Like if you called Beekeeper Expendables, you'd be like, man, that wasn't Expendables. Like, man, it was pretty good though. I don't know. Like, you're like, it's not like that's not what happened. Yeah. We were promised Expendables, and we didn't even get, whatever, Working Man or whatever.
Yeah.
We got
they did right. one thing they did right with the third movie, which I thought of all of them, it's funny. It's the one that has the most 80s style plot where he's getting a new team together, and I always thought, and that's what I always wanted to see, was getting the actual team together.
I like that.
Which would be cool, where he's like going around, he's like preparing for mission. It's like, I like this guy, whatever. And that's what they always just do in these like old school 80s movies, where it's like getting the right squad for these things. And I just like Expendables 1 and 2 are very entertaining movies. I think the second one is probably my favorite because it's Van Damme.
Yeah, of course.
So that goes without saying. But the first one, still, although there is some CG in it, it still looks like it takes place in the real world. I love that Valena looks nice, even it's not a real place, but it's the only one that's like sunny. The other ones are like just look like they're in green screen or Bulgaria. But the first one has the harbor bombing scene and the basketball fight scene. And the thing is, like, the basketball fight scene is probably the best fight scene because there's emotional heft behind it, because this guy beat up Charisma Carpenter, who Statham's in love with. So therefore, Statham's going to kick his ass now because the guy hits women. So therefore, you're emotionally involved because the guy's a piece of shit. And there you go. But you're never really like that with many of the other fight scenes. You're like, okay, this is kind of a cool fight scene, but there's no emotion. Like, you don't really feel any real engagement with it.
Right. You gotta want the villain.
That'd be cool.
The basketball guy. You need to be invested in not liking someone.
Right.
And that's the problem also when they're hiding the villain in a movie. It's like, well, I don't know who I'm supposed to despise. You're not giving me a clear. I like a mystery just like anyone else, but when it's Andy Garcia, and then the cherry on top, we've talked about it, like he's not going to hold up against a fight with Jason Statham, but Jason Statham still put the fucking knuckles on to take out. Like, you didn't need those. Fucking take the knuckles off. You could have just flicked Andy Garcia off the fucking boat. Like, you didn't need the brass knuckles. You didn't need all this other shit, And Barney taking away the kill. I mean, it was shocking, but you're
even
also like,
that would have been a cool thing at the end, though, where Andy Garcia actually is a fucking badass, though. And like Statham thinks, and he goes in and he's like, right, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. Can't beat the classics. And then all of a sudden, he's like, does some like Seagal shit and like bitch slaps him or whatever. And Statham's like, oh, holy shit. And Garcia actually does have fitness skills. Yeah. Then you're like, oh, okay, cool. There actually is some, but there was just no thought. It's like, oh, we'll just have the crap CG helicopter come over and blow him to fuck. Like, oh, okay.
Or there should have been like the twin brother of I can't pronounce his name. The Raid. He should have had a twin brother. It's the same guy. It's like, whoosh, oh, you didn't know that there's two of them. Oh shit. They have another fighter. At least there's something silly. Like, where's the fun part? It's like, where's
the fun? There's nothing fun about this movie. And it's like, and it's one that just relies on dick jokes the most. The other ones never needed that, and that's like the lowest form of humor. And you're just like, that was funny when I was 12. But you're watching it now, and then like the fact that they actually like put the ring on like a dick in the fucking bar, and you're like, really?
It's outrageously offensive. And it's just offensive to our intelligence. It's like, this is stupid. And it's like, oh, he likes golden showers. Do you know what a golden shower is? Yeah. Do you know what an action movie is?
Yeah. No, this.
I don't think that you do.
A joke once in a while is fine.
Yeah.
They hammered it too much. Hey, also, one of the other things that was confusing me was whenever they were getting on the boat, and Jason Statham like turns the boat around, and Garcia turns around to the henchman and goes, "We got to go turn it back around." And he's like, "Fuck off! It's going to fucking explode!" And he shoots him, and then he looks at the other guy, and the other guy's like, "Look, my option is die or die. Like, fucking shoot me then, because I'm not going to make it back in time to get on."
Yeah, I didn't get that. That was weird.
We're still not going to get away from the blast wave anyway, but still, it was like you're not threatening them because you're threatening them with death or death. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
And, Charlie said, you said something that was really funny though, and we glossed over it, which is like, Jason Statham is what, poor? Okay, so he got fired, but aren't they getting millions of dollars for these missions? Like, how much are they getting paid? It's like, he got fired. He's like, okay, I'm going to Bermuda, or I'm going to I'm going to Miami or something.
Poor, not poor.
Like, it's like, clearly, like, they should be getting massive. Like, whenever I see these movies, it's like, we need the best team of mercenaries. Oh yeah, we want $5 million for this job. It's like, okay, I'll give you 5.
That's what he did in the first movie. He was like, they negotiated the price. Yeah.
Yeah, don't they have
Jet Li was like, I need more money for my family.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a fucking family. All that shit.
Yeah, like shouldn't Jason Statham doesn't need to go to a pool party by some rich punk or whatever to get money. That's again, that's there for a joke that doesn't pay off. So again, you'd sit there and be like, that doesn't make any sense. He doesn't need the money. But then it's like, oh, it's for a joke that'll pay off, and that joke was really funny. But it doesn't pay off. So that's what I'm so saying. It doesn't pay off anyways. So it doesn't make sense, and it's not funny. If things don't make sense, but they're funny or cool, you're kind of forgiven in these kinds of ways. Like, yeah, it doesn't make sense that they have this vehicle, but man, that's a cool vehicle. Right? Yeah. That's how we would say it. Mm-hmm. But here it's like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, but there'll be something funny. No. Oh, then it just doesn't make sense and it's stupid. That's it. That's I don't know.
Also, one of the most egregious things about this entire franchise is I have yet to get action figures and play sets. So Sean brings this up talking about the Rambo and stuff like that. It's like, you know what? There are some badass shit in here. I kind of want my little 6-inch Expendables running around.
Barney's plane should have always. I think we said it like in the theater. Like I turned to J-Man. It's like, that's a play set.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, we often point out play sets like while we're watching movies. So that'd be a good play set right there. Well, like this is what toy collectors do in the
the second one where they're invading to save I forget who it is, but they drop down this fucking I-beam and it says knock knock down the sides. It's exactly like something from G.I. Joe, like the APC thing, and they have a joke written on it, and it's when they're going to go save Arnold, I think is what it was at the beginning.
When I was watching this movie, because my mind was wandering, I actually thought this could have been retooled to be G.I. Joe. And actually the Expendables could be G.I. Joe movies with just instead of the Joe characters, it's the action heroes. And I think that's where they failed, because it's like, these aren't the Joes that we know, right? It's like, if you have your 10 or 20 set G.I. Joes that kind of everybody knows, then use them, right? Don't introduce a new G.I. Joe. This is like Mortal Kombat. Don't introduce a new character. And they're bringing in these characters that are not action people. Like, these movies are the action people guys. So it could have been G.I. Joe. If they just said, you know what, F it, let's make it really crazy. Like, let's make every vehicle super awesome. Like the Expendables have like a big array of different options that they open up this big thing, whoosh, and then it's like they have all these different vehicles, and that's like a big Expendable C vehicle, and they all have skull motifs or whatever.
Well, yeah, it's all
that's cool. Like they have, and then each gun has a thing, and you're like, that would be cool. Just do that then. Like, just make it really like they're not even trying to do anything. They really just said we're going to Expendables. Have fun.
And they're not having fun with the movies anymore. The first two,
if they're not having fun, then we're not going to have fun.
Exactly. Yeah. If Stallone walks away from his baby, his creation, and a known person that has the hardest time not getting involved in the writing or directing, or he has taken over from other directors, when he goes, nah, that's a fucking problem. Yeah. That should have been told everyone to go, we need to stop. Stallone is like, fucking kill me and I'll come back at the end for 10 minutes. And that should tell you like how we're fucking up, boys.
I did like Creed 3, because he's not in Creed 3, but I did like that movie. But they delivered their promise. Creed 3, they delivered their promise. They stuck to the storyline. Yeah.
This was a cash grab. Honestly, the more we talk about it, the more I look at it is, it's either a tax credit like Sean's talking about, so let's inflate the budget as much as we can, and also if it loses money, that's a tax write-off. So we can write off as much as we can if it loses. So we're not going to give a shit, but we're going to make it bloody anyway, so that we can look at the fans and still blame them. We gave you what you wanted. You bitched about not having all this in the last one that you hated, and we gave it to you. So what's the problem? The problem
is, why are all these reactionary things? So this is like the superhero movies. They're all reactionary. You don't need to be reactionary if you care about what you're doing. It's like, do you like action movies? Yeah. Name some you like. This is okay. So I want those actors. Yeah. Right? That's what I want. That's what this is. So I want those guys. If you like Expendables and you like what it represents, then that's what we want. And yes, that means it's going to have to be realistic, like squibs and stuff. And it can't be this crummy CGI blood. And please don't have bad green screen.
Yeah. Imagine one of these movies. like imagine you had Kurt Russell and Keith David in a scene together in one of these
Oh,
like,
man.
thing reunion or whatever. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
but Kurt Russell wanted to do like an Expendables kind of thing in the 80s and actually have these characters together, but it never came together, probably due to egos and money. But but then when he was asked to do the Expendables, he was like, no, it's in the past or whatever. I'm not really interested in sort of doing that. And I was like, that's kind of too bad because, you know, seeing Kurt Russell and Stallone on screen together again would have been awesome.
And
They could have called him Snake instead of Snake. Maybe they could have called him the Rattler or something. Like, like he's got like
how they did Chuck Norris, and they gave him a different name than what he.
Yeah.
But, and that's weird because Kurt Russell did the Fast and Furious movies in the exact same type role as Church. Like he's already done it. Like I don't know, man. I think some people I think some of the in people after 2 started, you know, maybe they got the scripts and they went, no, you know, I don't like it. I know Arnold hated part 3. He's like, after he did that one, that's why he's like, I'm not coming back for 4, you know. And Bruce Willis was money at first, but then obviously the medical condition affected a lot of it. So that's why we don't get Church, but fuck it. Why
maybe he just had good taste. So, you know,
it's always possible about that too. I mean, it's,
but it had Snipes. It had some things where I thought, yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes stole the 3rd movie. He was great.
Yeah, he's awesome. Like, there's some kind of, there's a little bit in there. Like, it's like, okay, I kind of get what they're going for. But even that was a missed opportunity again. Yeah. And even though I understand the story, that doesn't mean it should be told. Like, I understand what you were doing in the movie, in Expendables 3, but that doesn't mean we want to see it in an Expendables movie. We just want to celebrate the guys that we feel didn't get enough love. We love them. They made lots of money. They've kind of died down. They're pretty much gone. We want to see them return because we're old too. We don't want to be forgotten, and we don't want our heroes to be forgotten. So we want to see them in this movie. And if you're some guy coming in saying, I've got this new take on this, or we're going to try this different direction, then you should not be here. The moment you say we should take this in a new direction, or we're going to think about this, you don't get it. It's like, we want to see our heroes who are dying out, in some ways actually dying in real life, and in other ways their movies are gone, their careers are gone. We want to see them back on the big screen for a couple of movies, get as many of them as we can out of them before they're gone forever. We're getting older ourselves, so that's what we want to see. Why don't you? And you don't understand that. I'm not being mean to the person, but the guys who made Expendables 4 do not understand that. I have evidence. We have the movie.
Yeah.
We have the movie.
Do you know what the best, and this is such an obvious thing, and we talked about this probably back whenever we talked about the movies, but the best scene in terms of acting of the entire franchise is Mickey Rourke's monologue in the first movie. And I was like, that's actually an emotional scene. It's the only emotional scene in the entire franchise, really, when he's talking about when he could have saved that girl and he didn't. And just the guilt he's riddled with and everything. And I was like, that's something that they could have had throughout the series. Is just like they feel guilty or remorse for the stuff that's happened and they want to get redemption or whatever. But there's never even anything like that. It's just like nothing at all. It's just total like bare bones writing.
Yeah, there's not even 1 or 2 scenes where they kind of are vulnerable or say something important, or they have like sometimes these fake vulnerabilities, like, oh, I really love her and all that. It's like, I know you don't. It's like, I'm not buying any of this. You're just saying words here and this to get the scene through. And it's like, I don't know why this is so difficult for them to do given the money that they have. Like it's like, yeah, I don't know, except for some bad CGI. If a if like a normie watched this, oh, that was kind of neat. I thought that was okay. It's like, yeah, but you don't really understand what we want out of this. And yeah, it's a lot of responsibility, right? And it is a big responsibility, but if you can't do it, then just don't. I'd rather just have 2 Expendables movies and not have any more and be like, well, guys, I'm sorry. We couldn't get everyone together, or this guy dropped out. You know, Schwarzenegger didn't want to come back. Bruce Willis's health is terrible. We can't get Snipes in, or Jet Li wants to go back to China or whatever. We can't use him anymore.
Yeah, Jet Li is retired now, pretty much.
He's retired.
He's got this one film coming up.
So then you just say, guys, you had 2 Expendables movies. We ended off with Van Damme as the villain, and that's all we could do. And hopefully you'll enjoy those. And maybe we'll put them on 4K and do a big special edition. Do an umbrella $100 where you get posters and postcards and all this other bullshit. Right? Like, you know, it's like, then do that, and then that's the end of it. But like, you're trying to
it's feeding the machine, and unfortunately it gets sucked into that feeding the machine of we got to do more, it sucks that it's gotten to this point of, like, some directors have even said it's their struggle is like, I told my story, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. And then it's kind of like with this, it gets handed off to someone else. Like, here's the property, go do something with it. There's still a few more dollars we can wring out of it. And
Star Wars being the perfect example, hour and 14 minutes. But like George Lucas was like, it ends whenever Darth Vader is redeemed and Anakin returns at the end of Return of the Jedi. That is the end of that story. And I was like, there's some cool, the expanded universe, whatever's interesting, whatever. But
they were comics and books where they should have been living. That was fine.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of movies, though, like Star Wars should have just left at that.
Honestly, so there's sometimes it's ran its course. It's done. I know John Carpenter's one of the big ones where it's like, he did Halloween. We just brought it up earlier.
Yeah.
He told his first story and he's like, that's all I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you can watch those movies and you're just kind of like, I think we should have listened to John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Like,
I enjoy all of them, but if there was only one Halloween, I would be fine with that too. Because, I mean, there's so many franchises. Like, I don't want another Die Hard movie. I don't want another Terminator movie.
No.
I don't want another Rambo movie or anything else. I mean, just let them be. Like, a lot of these 80s franchises need to just be left in the 80s or 90s when they were.
Right. Yeah, we don't need another Lethal Weapon. Like,
and they don't. Because the guys who are making them don't understand the movie in the first place anyway. So that's the other thing. I'm always for sequel. I want Friday 13th Part 35. I want to have 35 Friday 13th movies. I'd be like, you know what? 26 was awful, but 27 was so good. I want. That's what I want. But because I want a guy who loves Friday 13th, I want the guy who comes in and says, I'm gonna direct Friday 13th. I'm not doing 3 pictures. I'm doing 17. I've signed for 17 Friday 13th because Friday 13th is the greatest thing ever made. I want guys to come up there, whatever movie they're doing. If it's Expendables or Rambo or superheroes, it's like, I'm doing Captain America. Come up and say, Captain America is the greatest thing that's ever been invented. What about like cars? They're garbage compared to Captain America. That's how good he is. I'm going to make 35 Captain America movies. I will die directing the last Captain America, and each one of them is going to be the damn best. That's what I want to hear from people. I don't want to hear like, well, we thought about going in a new direction. Go away. If you want a new direction, start a new franchise. That's the easiest.
Subvert expectations. Oh, how about you don't?
Yeah, how about you don't? You give us
expectations. I got a phone call and they handed me this thing called Fantastic Four. I never really read it or knew a whole lot other than in passing. But I'm going to direct it now.
Right.
And why?
Yeah. Why? Or we only want to hire people who haven't really read them, so then they can be molded to do basically something different and ruin the lore and the source material where it's from.
Like, we're going to stand on our soapboxes now. This is just
I think but I think the importance is that there's no passion for the thing either.
Yeah.
Like the guy who made Freddy vs. Jason, who made Bride with White Hair and stuff, right? So he made Bride of Chucky. He researched the crap out of both franchises, watched them all, made massive notes, watched every movie a couple times. I have the making of that movie, and he's like, okay, here's what I need to concoct to put these together. G.I. Joe. I don't want a G.I. Joe movie if they're just going to be like, well, we kind of got, that's Snake Eyes sort of, and that's kind of Cobra Commander. There's G.I. Joe. It's done. No, that's not done. That there's more to it than just doing that.
Yep.
Same with Star Wars. Like, oh look, we've got this guy back. It's like, that's not a thing. Bringing Luke back doesn't mean it's an automatic slam dunk win. Like,
no, and then you ruined him anyway. So.
No, they ruined them. Yeah, so that's
actually, I think was a real Popcorn Geek said what they should have done is got one of the old school directors. What you do, John McTiernan directs, script by Shane Black.
Yes,
then you have a fucking Expendables movie.
Yes, someone said that earlier. I know. I saw that comment.
Yeah,
that's a great idea. Go to the directors. It's not just Expendables, the actors. It's the guys that were making the movies. Bring them in and do it, right?
Shane Black wrote, Lethal Weapon and all these things. So it's like people who wrote the real action movies, and there's just not enough. Although, to be fair, I've started watching The Wrecking Crew. NORR's been talking about it. I'm about 20 minutes in it, and yes, I agree. I'm really enjoying it. It's like a real throwback to 80s style action movies. So I'm enjoying it so far. So I'll have the review up maybe tomorrow morning. I think so. I don't like to be arse-rated tonight.
That Ministry of Gentlemanly Warfare, that was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
that's a new thing. Yeah. That's a new thing. That's brand new.
John Wick. John
Wick's awesome. And I saw. I'll tell you right now. There's a little bit of these rumblings like, well, the fourth one, and then don't give me a bunch of horse shit. All those movies are awesome. There's well, you know, part 4. Oh, you remember that shit part? Part 4 has like crazy action. It's awesome. Those are all awesome. And the guy who's doing that is doing the Highlander. And I saw a couple of stills, and they don't look that bad.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it looks like John Wick. I was like, I don't know.
I'm hopeful.
I don't know. Maybe it's going to be okay.
Look, they're not hurting anything with that franchise other than part 1. You know,
you know what, Charlie? I was just gonna say, I was like, the beauty of Highlander, the beauty of Highlander is that each one almost reinvents itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's no full continuity to ruin, right? Like, you know, so you can kind of do it,
play with it a little
bit.
You can play with it a little, but
Yeah.
When you've had a sorcerer trapped in a mountain, you know, they've jumped the shark. You know, so whenever you want to remake it now, I'm like, okay. And then this bullshit that people have in their mind going, they're ruining it. No, they're not, because I can go fucking pull my 4K of Highlander and watch it any goddamn time I want to. And I still love it.
They said that part 2 ruined it, and they're all wrong because part 2 is a masterpiece.
Part 2 is amazing.
It's amazing.
All 47 versions of it.
I agree.
Amazing.
The 46th version was slightly off, but the 47th made up for that one.
Cocaine was the greatest thing to ever happen to the Highlander franchise. That's all I'm saying, man.
Look, there might be a world. I'm not saying this is true. There might be a world where I like part 2 better than part 1. I have to go now. See you guys.
I don't know if I'm but it is close.
I'm just saying in another universe. I didn't say in this universe.
In any universe,
there could be a universe where because it's got flying guys and it's got
like your Highlander 2 is a masterpiece. What?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah,
I have the Renegade cut on DVD.
I do too, but I don't think it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Well, it is, but you can think it's not.
It's not.
It's way better than this movie. I'll tell you that much. At least, like, I mean, Sean Connery is awesome, and Michael Ironside. So, like, that's 2 things that this movie doesn't have.
Yeah, you're like Sean Connery's awesome, and Michael Ironside's awesome. Jason Statham's awesome. Iko Uwais is awesome.
Yeah, but they
this
don't.
Movie doesn't make them non.
But he's like saying Highlander 2 is better than Expendables. It's like
yeah, of course it is. But they're in the whole movie.
All right.
They're in the whole movie doing stuff, and the main villain's the whole. And Michael Ironside is the main villain, and there's a fight. Not he's the fake main villain, and there's another actor who's the main villain. It's like no, it's the real. It delivers on all.
Walter Hill should direct a fucking Expendables movie.
Yes, that would be a good.
That's what we want. Yeah, that would have been cool. Do you know? When I was thinking in terms of like the other cast members, like Louis Tan and Joe Taslim, they're the new action stars. That's who, if you want to have new blood, you want to have them in there because they're fucking awesome, and they're like martial artists and everything else, and you know they've been great action movies, and they're coming up still. So one of them, and then even
you get like Daniel Bernhardt and people like those guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
why didn't they have Barney? And if they wanted to do that, why didn't they just have Barney captured or something? And then Jason Statham has to call in the reserves. Like maybe like Randy Couture, Dolph Lundgren, and maybe Stallone. They all got captured or something in the beginning, and then he called.
And then rounding Joker called the B team. Yeah.
Then you call the B team, and that could be Daniel Bernhardt, all the guys that you can get, and then like you can get these guys in, and then you still have both. And at the end, all of them fight together, or halfway through their rescue, and all of them fight together for the final act or something. I don't know. Like, oh gosh, I don't know.
I think it's because they didn't pull that off on the third, so they're scared of a second team.
Yeah, but they need action guys, right? That's
the third movie shit the bed for them having an extra team, basically.
Yes,
it would have worked,
but it wasn't the right team. That's why.
Yeah, this should have been a rescue Barney situation instead of kill Barney and him show up. That way, even if he could fuck off,
right?
He's just captured, so you don't even need him for all of it.
I thought Kellen Lutz and them MMA guy were fucking awesome in number 3. So, and Ronda Rousey kicked ass in that movie. I'm sorry.
I'm a Ronda fan. I'm just saying.
Me too. I thought she kicked ass. And Antonio Banderas and her have one of the best fight scenes in that movie. They
but they're not. At least she's a fighter.
Oh,
but
I get it. I know, but we're saying how we're saying like this person, that person. One, they could have asked people and they could have said no. And a lot of these guys are retired. Like Michael Dudikoff, he's in Hawaii living the life. He's like, I'm good. It's like. So maybe
and that's what I said.
Who knows that they didn't ask Michael Dudikoff at one time? Michael Dudikoff is like, no thanks. It's like it is. Or Jeff Wincott. Jeff Wincott's making his artsy films now.
Yeah, he's in an artsy phase.
Yeah,
now,
so
Yeah,
it's
so my response to that is what I said earlier. Don't make it.
yeah.
Because it's not Expendables
I
now.
went into that when I went to the movies to go see Expendables 4. I walked out, but like, hey, you know what? Did I get everything I wanted? No, but I got a lot of what I wanted. So
Okay.
That's
And
fine.
That's fair.
But like, I got nothing of what I wanted.
well,
And
that's
what,
fine. You got nothing. I got
got-
something. Like I said, I'm like when I watch movies, I give a lot of passes just because I love movies so much. I'm like, you know what, that part of it sucked, but you know what, this part was so much better, and it was like that whole middle part, and like I was just like, this is fucking awesome, you know. And then everybody got their scenes at the end, and you know, so.
But then it's difficult. Like the thing is that like I'm watching so many movies. I don't like. Would you, if I said you have to eliminate one movie forever, Expendables 1 or Expendables 4? It's 4.
Of
right?
course it's 4.
Okay, but what if it's 1 or 2?
What do you mean if it's 1 or 2?
Get rid of 1 or get rid of 2.
You mean number 1 or number 2?
Number 1
That's
or
not
number
fair.
2.
You can't ask that. That's not fair.
Exactly.
Well, that's
No,
a tougher question. Listen,
that's
I'm
correct.
not. Listen, we rate the Expendables movies. Number 4 is going last, but it doesn't mean that I don't want to watch it. It's
No,
like,
but what I'm saying, but that's what I'm. But see how Owen's reaction was perfect because it's like it should be difficult. Like if I say if there's let's say the 6 Rocky movies, which one do you get
Sometimes,
rid of?
yes.
You could say 5. But after that, it's kind of tough because I really like 6. 1 is a classic. 2 is pretty good. 3 is awesome. 4 is awesome. After that, you're like, I kind of like all the Rocky. I even like Rocky 5. But if you have to pick one, you pick 5. But after that, what do you pick? It's
I would
very
pick 2.
difficult.
I would pick 2.
I guess 2. Okay, 2. But it's difficult, right? Like that's more difficult.
3 and 6 are actually my favorite. I love 6 because it has that speech. And
It's
this
great.
speech is one of the greatest speeches of all time. So I love
whole
6.
movie.
Yeah, sometimes
and
I
3
think 2 is better than 1, but yeah.
I sometimes think that as well, Sean.
But 3 has Mr. T in it, so therefore
I
3
like
is the best.
I like
Yeah.
3 and 4.
So,
I mean, Mr.
Four
T is
are
Mr.
ones
T,
I love watching.
but
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren's a monster, right?
I mean, if I want drama and all the other stuff, 1 and 2, they're perfect. But
Yeah.
if I want to really
Right.
start getting more exciting and stuff like that, 3 and 4, like all
Right.
day.
Yeah, so that was my point. Wasn't my
Right, no,
point was
I-
just
I
that
know what
you
you're
see what I'm saying? Like that's 5 movies that you really can't ditch. Even Rambo, you could say part 5, but after that, all 4 are pretty awesome for like different reasons. Like it'd be like I would not want to lose Rambo 3 forever. Like it'd be like, oh man, like
No.
it's funny though. You can do the Rocky and Rambo conversation of where it's like Rocky 1 and 2 are basically like First Blood, where they're more serious, and then from 2 onwards, it's like Rocky 3 onwards, where they become just a bit more cartoonish and whatever, and just are just popcorn entertainment from that point.
but they have great points to make. Like Rocky 4 is just a fun movie, but Rocky 3 has a lot of great points. Rocky 6 has the most she's ever ain't about hard. Yeah, no, of course,
For
yeah,
sure.
that's.
Yeah.
But 3 is good too, because it shows you get too comfortable in any job that you're in. Rocky 3 is Ronda Rousey's real life. Ronda Rousey, that's her real life. She became a super megastar, didn't care about fighting anymore, got her ass kicked by this girl who's like, Holly Holm, who's that? No, she's not gonna. And she obliterated her. And then Amanda Nunes is a monster, so nobody beats her. But it's like, I mean, that's a real life story that we saw unfold in our lifetimes. So Rocky 3 has a lot of good points to make. And also Clubber Lang, if you remade that movie with Clubber Lang's perspective, you'd have a different movie, but a very interesting one of a guy who's like, I don't care about trainers. I don't care about looking good. I'm here to just destroy people and win.
I'm going to win. I'm winning. At all costs.
That's a great movie. That would be Rocky 1. He's Rocky 1. If you rotated that movie. So Rocky 3 is popcorn entertainment for sure, but it has a lot of good points too. Anyway.
Anyway, let's wrap up there because I want to go watch the rest of whatever what that movie's called, the Wrecking Crew. I want to watch that. Also, just going back to something RR said. Yeah, Andrew Koji. I was trying to remember. There's somebody else wanted to add to that list of people. Like, he's awesome. He's super cool, and Warrior loved him. So yeah, him, Joe Taslim, Louis Tan. Those are like my 3 sort of favorite sort of action stars at the moment, outside of Statham and Adkins, really. So. There aren't really too many.
Why didn't you get Scott Adkins in one of these?
Yeah. Well, he's already been in it.
He was in part 2.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
He was in part 2.
He got thrown into a helicopter blade.
Dude, there's so many people in part 2 that I'm like losing my mind. I don't even know who's in part 2 anymore.
Yeah. I need to go
I
watch
think
it.
Van Damme, just like whenever Van Damme appears, I don't care about anything else in the life.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Like,
That's all that matters. Yeah. All that
nothing,
matters.
nothing else matters. Van Damme should be in Highlander. Van Damme was in Highlander 2, John. Now you have to like it.
All right, so next week we're celebrating
I
30
like-
years of The Rock. So that's next week's one, which I'm looking forward to. And so anybody got anything cool coming up this week before we wrap up?
My Red Heat episode final birthday pick comes out Tuesday. So we talk about Walter Hill, Arnold Schwarzenegger outlet, whether it's underrated, which I think it is. A lot of people forget about it. It's not your regular Arnie-ism kind of movie. We enjoyed the hell out of it though. So Red Heat.
Yeah. Cool. Jay, Sean, and
I'm doing streams every day, so whatever.
Yeah.
Just subscribe and then
yeah, you
just see
should
what I'm
subscribe
doing.
by now. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's every day. So just pick a comic. I'm sure I've reviewed it.
I'll be seeing Shelter tomorrow night, the new Statham movie, so stay tuned for my review for that. I'm going to have the review up for Wrecking Crew either later tonight or early in the morning. I don't know, I guess about it. You know what I watched yesterday, which I haven't watched in years? I got it on 4K recently. Air America with Robert Downey Jr. I haven't seen that in years. It looks great on 4K.
Oh my god, yeah.
If I have a Blu-ray of it, by the way, Jay, in cellophane wrapper unopened, if you want it, because it's going to go to Goodwill otherwise. Oh, okay, cool.
No, don't give us Goodwill. That's bullshit. That's a scam.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, but I just do that whenever no one else will take it. So,
I'll take it for sure. Awesome.
all right, Wrecking Crew time. All right, boys. So thank you for joining us tonight. And remember, if you are watching, you are the action lead, and we will see you next week.